Alright, what's up YouTube? We were here with
Clay Grider.
And what'd you do, what, like a week ago?
Yeah, a week ago, got 9th place at the Indianapolis Regional playing my old reliable Tenpai Dragons.
And as of this video going up, at YCS Anaheim, they announced the ban list, so we're going to get this out quickly.
Yeah, we're going to get this out hopefully before that ban list drops and
give
the goo, but this might have to be modified after tonight.
Yep.
At the regional, I will say I did play 7 Fire King Snake Eye players in 9 rounds, and then one of those, the 8th round was against a just regular Azamina Snake Eye, and then I also played a Tenpai mirror match. And both losses were to the Fire King variant, just they had absolute gas, and I couldn't stop it. Other than that, I was happy how the deck performed. I guess we'll dive right in.
Yep.
It's a pretty standard Tenpai list. 3 Pydra, obviously. 3 Chundra, maybe the best card. I did play 2 Fadra. Going forward, I think I am going to cut this to 1, and I'll show you what I'll do instead. I will keep the 2 Genroku just in case, but the one I would play more of is Dora Dora.
Really?
I never saw this card all day, but it's like almost as good as Pydra, if we're being honest, because you can get Genroku or Chundra. So I probably will up it, and I've seen a couple topping lists up this to 2 and then only play 1 Fadra. And then the like honorary Tenpai card, Magma, search Genroku during the end phase. You know the drill. And then the mandatories for this deck, 3 Kaiman because it's 1 card starter, Sangan Summoning and Terraforming because it's absolutely broken. You're going to play those. And then I played a pretty heavy hand trap approach where I played 3 Fuelos and 2 Perulia, but since I played Fire King all day, I found myself siding one of these out and putting in the 3rd Perulia just because they summon from hand a lot. 3 Shifter to attempt to kill that deck so I can go uninterrupted. They put up a very mediocre board like Fucho. And then 3 Ash Blossom, it's typical, 3 Imperm, and 3 Dominus Impulse. Because the only thing it really conflicts with is like spheres in this deck. Non-engine, I played 1 Pot of Prosperity. Dig when you need to, you can still OTK through it. 2 Lightning Storm and 3 Droplet. Droplet sided out just because it's not very good most of the time against the Fire King matchup. And I never really had an issue with it conflicting with Shifter, because if you Shifter, their board is so mediocre that you don't need this anymore to kill them. You can just like set it and pop it with Trident at that point. Onto the extra deck.
What's the main deck count?
40 exact.
Alright, let's go to the extra deck.
Extra decks start with Seals, of course. Could argue going to 2, and I'll show you what I would replace for that. It would actually be the Promethean Princess. I never got in a game state where I needed to Princess back one of my names to get my engine rolling again. I think this I probably would cut for just a second Seals going forward. SP Little Knight, simplified game state, gotta make an interruption. Hida, this I actually would keep still, even if you replace Princess, just because the mirror match. That's where it would shine. And then this actually won me a game through Dimension Barrier because I was getting debarriered all day. But this little attack boost on this guy puts you right over lethal if they put up a mediocre board. Synchros, Black Rose Dragon, simple board wipe, Fire Dragon. Kui Belt helps a lot through the Shifter OTK lines because you can pop any card in the field, so you just pop your own field spell with Shifter, and then this is 5k. Samurai Destroyer, the U-Bell counter, but obviously I didn't face it, so I didn't even need to make this card all day.
Yeah, deck's been falling out.
This card carried me in the Fire King matchup because if you can like go Bident effect pop their field spell, they can't activate monster effects, but they have a mandatory effect on their field spell to wipe their board. And then because they can't activate monster effects, then they can't reborn anything because this is on field. Really funny, came up a lot. This card was clutch.
That's crazy.
2 Bident and 2 Transcendent because I did fear Kashtira. This is the mainstay that everyone plays at 2. This is the one that people don't really play at 2 very often, but I think around 3 of those Snake Eye players I played against were playing the Kashtira engine, so playing a second one of these actually did come up a lot that day. and then Trident, obvious OTK killer, and then Ruddy Rose. I never made it, but I feel like it's a very solid inclusion. It's come up in testing where you just want to wipe their graveyard, especially against like a Fiendsmith type deck. If you wipe their graveyard, banish everything, they have like no recursion. And then side deck, we have one Quackimera Draco. It never came out because I play Fire all day, but like the Labyrinth matchup, Branded, there's a bunch of dark decks that this comes up for. So, I mean, I would always keep it in here.
Malice in the future for the future.
Yeah, Malice in the future. This will be huge. Here's a third Perulia. Like I said, I sided it all day. Just took out the Fuelos. Played Duster. We hate back row. Raigeki, this actually never came in just because I didn't want to pop things in the main phase against Fire King, so I never brought it in. The card I cannot believe is legal, 3 Heat Wave. Every time I won, they told me to go first. I just sided all 3 of these in, and it's a turn skip. They're dead the next turn. 3 Cosmic, we hate back row, and to hit the Fire King field spell, this card's insane. And then the card that carries you in the mirror and also its individual target, D-Barrier and Cross Out. If you cross out, like, Chandra against the mirror match, like, you just win the game on the spot. But other than that, it's pretty simple. I mean, it's a Tenpai list. Got 9th, 7-2.
Now we'll see if it survives the upcoming list that drops soon.
Yeah, exactly. Going forward into the next format, I think you maybe play... You could maybe argue to side the Dominus Impulse because it's not very good against Ryziel, but it is very good against Malice, so I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. I'd probably keep Droplet in the main because it seems to be really good against Ryziel. Other than that, I think that's about it.
Shoutouts.
Shoutouts to Tag Team Collectibles here in Kokomo. Best Locals host. Shout out to the team. Shout out to Sean behind the camera. And we'll keep on grinding.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.